righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Welcome back to R&B Wrestling Podcast, the R&B Wrestling Podcast. Top Grappler, baby. We talk wrestling, and we gonna talk about 3 shows actually. I'm sleeping on Impact, and Impact it got some interesting things going on over there. So we're gonna start off the show. Start off with NXT, what we talked about last time. We had our championship matches last night and a surprise championship match as well. Ladies and gentlemen, first and foremost, I want to introduce my compadre, Rage King from the Realm of Rage TV.
What up? What up?
And y'all know who I be, the man with the beanie. Check us out over at our Twitters, man. Follow us on our social medias, our Instagrams, all that good stuff. Links will be down in the description of the video, wherever you see this podcast at. But yeah, let's jump right on into it, man. Let's talk about our new set of WWE NXT Tag Team Championships. What you think about this introduction of a new set of titles and how it supposedly will change the landscape of NXT?
Well, anytime you introduce a championship, it's always gonna change the landscape of any wrestling show. That's just what it is. That's what championships do. They're there to introduce a new opportunity to wrestlers that probably didn't have an opportunity before. So that I have no problem with them. My only thing is if you're going to introduce them, make sure you have plans to do things with them going forward. Don't just introduce them and then forget about them, in a month. You understand what I'm saying? Don't introduce it as like a flavor of the month thing. Then all right, after it's lost its shine, we're just gonna forget about them for a while till somebody brings them up on social. Enough people bring them up on social media. You understand what I'm saying? And then now we got to do so. You understand? That's just how I feel like a lot of championships have been done before. And if you're gonna introduce it, do it right. That's all I'm gonna say. What do you think about it?
I mean, like I said, it feels like to me that NXT was like, you know what? It just feels like to me that this was a Triple H, Shawn Michaels, man, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? It's time to drop them titles, man. You know what I'm saying? And it probably was Regal's idea. The way the whole situation went down with the match last week with the championships and the NXT with the women's championships. Adam Pearce comes out of nowhere. Adam Pearce, who we would think was predominantly a main show CO or whatever, you know what I'm saying, shows up on NXT calling the shots, costing people, talent matches, and shit. I think in some way there was some real heat behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, well, damn, it's barely enough the damn titles don't even come down here all that much. When they do show up, you got shady shit like this going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to hell with it. We already had the championships ready to go. We just wanted to. We put the seed. We planted the seed of a championship match for the tag team championships over on NXT because, as we said last week, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people probably thought or thinking, NXT hadn't even smelt those titles since Bayley and Sasha rode through there last time.
Yeah, that was a while back.
When are they going to be back on NXT? Squash that shit. We got our own tag team championships. Okay, like you said, hope you got a plan.
Just have a plan. I have no problem with it. Just have a plan. And as you saw when they introduced them, it looked like they had a full roster full of women. You understand what I'm saying? That's fine and dandy too. Just make sure you have something to do with them. That's the only thing I ask. That's the only thing I'm asking. That's my only. I'm not even gonna say that's a negative take. That shouldn't be taken negative. But you know how SJWs are today. All I'm saying is I'm happy for them. Just have something to do with it. Just have something to do with it.
Yeah, I feel that now. I don't know. I feel that the way the tag team titles were presented, was underwhelming. Because they were given to Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez as a consolation to what happened last week. Sorry, you got screwed last week.
Yeah.
We'll give you the honor of being the first ever NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, but you also have the honor of being the shortest reigning Women's Tag Team Champions as well. As they would relinquish said belts to Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon, which is some WWE 2K20 original story content pairing right there. Because I'm telling you that, and I say that's because yesterday I spent some time playing 2K originals, dude, and I have to say that was probably the interest. That's probably the most fun I've had with that game since I've had it, and that was the originals. That's why I was like, bro, why they ain't putting none of this kind of storylines and content in the universe mode? What happened?
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, them getting the titles given to them, I think what you should have done, what should have happened, is you should have had 4 teams out there to show us that you have us. This is what we're starting with. These 8 women are going to lift this division, and we were going to build off this. Instead, you just chose to build it off of 4 women, and we're going to see how it goes here. Here's where we get the mixing and matching of weird combinations. So,
like Shotzi Blackheart and Ember Moon. That's a very odd pairing.
But their gimmick, but they the type of person, like, it was kind of like they had already talked about this. Because when Ember Moon made her return, she was already on that punk rock shit. Shaves hair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Skull stuff. She come in on a motorcycle. Shotzi already was on that punk chank girl stuff. So they fit. They got this post-apocalyptic, gimmick looking like going on and stuff. They got a rough set to them, dude. They fit.
Yeah, I mean they
they fit. Like... They good, and I'm glad they snatched up some titles because that actually paid dues to Ember.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she's been around. She's been here for some time, NXT and main roster.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit on the main roster for so many months, so many years. And now she decided to pull a Finn Balor, come back home because she just wanted to wrestle. And now they're paying her, they're giving her respect. She's the second ever set of tag team champions. But like I said, that first set, you kind of tarnished it. With the giving of titles. You know what I'm saying? You kind of
title is tarnished.
Yeah, you kind of tarnished it with the giving of some new titles to these people just because you feel sorry. You fought Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler. That was some people. That's not who you used to fighting. It was the match was thrusted upon y'all. So I wouldn't want. I'd rather fight who I've been fighting and may the best team win. Obviously, it did, but. Could have been better. We could have been handled better. Let's see. Let's go on and talk about you know what? I don't know what's going on. I'm just kind of waiting to see where this Dexter Lumis thing gonna go and when is it gonna actually become a thing between Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. I'm tired of seeing this shit. It's getting boring. And it seems like Austin Theory is gonna be the catalyst to whatever happens. I don't know, man. It's just confusing. I don't even care, dude.
It just seems like that's something to do with Johnny Gargano, so we don't just leave him in the shuffle, honestly.
Yeah, and I don't know, but on to the women's NXT Women's Championship match between Io Shirai and the ever so thick Toni Storm. Coming up short, looked like she almost was going to win. I almost was kind of like, damn, she might pull this off. But considering that they was riding this storyline of Io Shirai has beaten everybody else except for Toni Storm, which we've seen before. You know what I'm saying? It's being the type of champion Io Shirai has been, she's been on a serious road. I don't know what it is with these, with these ladies, and they go on these dominant runs that are way more interesting than the males run, the men's title runs and whatnot. It's like they have the best storylines, you know what I mean? The best, beef leading into a title match. And then, this match between these 2 women was a damn good match, man. It's always a pleasure to see 2 women doing what they love to do rather than doing what they just feel like they have to make a check. and I could see it in that match, man. There was a lot of heart and passion in that match. Strong feelings and aggression on each woman's face, especially Tony. You know, I'm used to seeing Tony as a good guy, but I like it's always funner seeing a person as a heel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and she's so.
Tony thicker than a bowl of oatmeal storm.
Yeah, right. But yeah, she came up short last night, and I don't know what this means for her career, man. Because, like I said last week or last time on the last show, it seems like they've made their choice. Rhea Ripley was the one that they chose to do. They was gonna shine the spotlight on, and I don't know. I don't know if Tony will be able to bounce back, even back in the UK division where she was really hot. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Her getting a shot at that NXT Women's Championship could change her career, but maybe it's just not time yet. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, you got to think about it too. We still got WrestleMania coming up. We still got whatever takeover NXT is doing, because I think they're doing the 2-night thing again this year.
Yeah, I think so.
So you still have time. Maybe let her have the win now, and then later on we can build.
Yeah, it seems like it'll be about time for her run to come to an end now.
Right there, WrestleMania. You have everything you need. All right, you've literally beaten everybody. There's nothing left for you to do. But so now we can give Toni Storm the run in NXT and let Rhea Ripley do her thing on the main roster. Now there's nobody in the way of Toni Storm to let her do her thing down at NXT. Because I think she's only like, what, 23, 24 years old?
Tony?
Yeah, she's still young as shit. You know what I'm saying? So shit, she's young.
She got time. She got time. It's just a matter of her, like, if you got her on follow her on social media and whatnot, like, she ain't really all that much active. She was at first for a little bit. And maybe she just getting the focus and dropping the social media. It happens, but she used to always be on social media. And, she's one of them women that go on there and take pictures of herself. You know what I'm saying? But I think what happened was she had that experience with some photos of hers getting leaked. So I think that's kind of what made her distance herself. I mean, shit, look at her. They all take pictures. Women, ain't no woman not taking a selfie of themselves in any.
Not in 2021.
In any position that they shouldn't be in. So, and with today's hacks and technology, she better off, staying off of social media if she knows she just like taking butt naked pictures of herself. Tony. Look, but
no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect. After that match, and I believe after Raquel Gonzalez and Dakota Kai's tag team match, Raquel seemed to be a bit upset. So she kind of stepped up in the face of Io Shirai. So,
think that may be something.
Maybe she like, man, fuck all this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Dakota. I don't know. Dakota, I swear to God, they looked like they was in the principal office when they was talking to William Regal. They standing there like this and shit. Like, you gonna be getting some championships. Whatever, man. All right, so we go on to the main event, which I believe was Adam Cole versus Finn Balor for the NXT Championship, in which we would see. I gotta say, man, I watched the match. I watched the highlights of the match, and just from the highlights, I'm still not up on Cole. You know what I'm saying? I understand he has a huge fan base, but that's an indie fan base, and I wonder if anybody who's a fan of Adam Cole from his indie days up till now, what do you see a change in? Do you see a change in his attitude? Do you see a change in his character, his demeanor, his style, his wrestling? You know what I'm saying? Let me know, because I feel like he's not giving it his all, and I feel like the reason he's not giving it his all is because he doesn't feel like he's at that point in his career where you kind of wonder, it's coming up across WrestleMania. We got some call-ups coming up. Mm-hmm. He's going to be probably one of those call-ups because he just lost his rematch for the championship. So that puts him at the back of the line. If he's not going to want to hold on.
Oh, hope everything's all right.
Sorry about that, lady. Give me some soundproof barriers in this bitch. But no, what was I saying?
Adam Cole not giving it his all.
Oh yeah, yeah. I feel like he's just not giving it his all because I think he just sees the trend. It happened to a bunch of friends of his who he come up into WWE with off the indie circuit, Keith Lee namely. You know what I'm saying? They go to that main roster and they're not as hot anymore. They don't have that fire that they had when they got the fans are clearly behind them, but somebody in the back is just not up on them. And I think that that's what WWE does to the careers of people. They expect like I say, WWE is a showman company.
Yeah,
they're about the glitz, the glamour. That's the biggest and the grandest stage of them all. It's in their main show's biggest logo, biggest the logo of the slogan of their biggest show. And I believe, I'm not saying that Adam Cole doesn't have that star power. He just doesn't have the WWE star power. Mm-hmm. And I think that he knows that. And I think that that's why I believe that later on this year, we will see Adam Cole in the AEW at some point. You know what I mean? I'm just, because I don't think that he's going to take that chance to go to the main roster. If he does, you ain't going to see him. And if he does, you're gonna see him. If they choose to keep him in the spotlight, that's fine. Make it worth it. Again, make it worth it. But if they don't choose to keep him in the spotlight and they choose to do what they did to him, like they did to Keith Lee to him, what he feared may possibly come true. Therefore, yeah. He probably will be gone, and he will be in AEW. But like I said, I hope he don't go over to AEW just to ride on the coattails of Britt Baker.
No, I don't think so. But you got to also too. I think in this case, I agree with you. Him going to AEW, I do see that happening. And I think he would fit well over in AEW. But I think Britt Baker would just be the icing on the cake. Because, I mean, you think about it, everyone he knows from the indie circuits over there, the Good Brothers over there, everybody from the original Bullet Club he got signed to NXT from, everybody he knows is over there. You understand what I'm saying? And the way AEW books, they seem like they would have a place for him. And AEW seems like they have more true wrestling fans than just, all right, we're just going to watch some wrestling because this brand is the only one we've grown up with, because we were born at a certain period in time. I think
AEW got their third show now.
Yeah. So there's no reason for him to not go over there and not have a place to shine. Like AEW seems like they're teaming up with all these different promotions, so every wrestler that comes over there has a place to shine. You know what I'm saying? Has a place, has something to do. You understand what I'm saying? WWE seems like, all right, we want to sign everybody. They like a big college. They're like Alabama. We're gonna sign every top recruit that we can. And only play the ones that we want, so we don't have to compete against, you know what I'm saying, there's other top talent that we have sitting on the bench. You understand what I'm saying? Like, that's just my opinion. So I definitely see him going over there, but I don't think it would just be because of Britt Baker. She would just be the icing on the cake. He's going over there because it's better booking over there. Everyone he knows is over there. And the indie fans, the true wrestling fans that are over there in AEW would welcome him more than the main roster would in WWE. That's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, yeah. So we were also after that match, we were shocked to see the return of Kyle O'Reilly. And like I said, that boy is looking like he ain't slept in days, son. That boy looked like he been crying over a breakup. Like for real, it looked like he been sitting up in that mug for days. His girlfriend left him. She took the dog. You know what I'm saying?
All by myself.
He looked like a zombie coming up to there. He came out the back all hunched up. What the fuck's wrong with Kyle O'Reilly, bro? Step out of the shadows on the nigga and shit. I'm talking about Adam Cole. He sold the hell out of it. He looked like he saw a ghost, man. Like, damn. Got back in the ring and finished the match and lost. Kyle O'Reilly waited patiently. We got in the ring and confronted him. It was like, what's up, man? You can ruin everything we just built. We had it all, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That boy Cole tried to hit him with a dick shot.
Yeah.
which was, yeah, he tried to go for the low blow and he caught him, and it was like, man, don't tell me you're gonna Joey Ryan this, man.
Don't do it, bro.
Take it, take it. Yeah, but yeah, he and they ended up getting to a bit of a scuffle. You know what I'm saying? And Kyle was uncontrollable. You know, and it went off into the back, and Finn was left standing in the ring, where he would then be shadowed by Karrion Kross.
Hmm.
And Finn would say, "What took you so long?" And they just ended the show with a stare off. So
Looking at each
obvious,
other intensely in each other's eyes. That's nuts.
yes. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's going to be our WrestleMania main event. Oh, my bad. Takeover.
Takeover.
Yeah, NXT Takeover main event. So yeah, I don't know what I Finn Balor's an amazing wrestler, great champion.
Indeed.
I don't see him losing the title right away. I see them dragging this out for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They just ain't gonna run over Finn. That'll be Brock Lesnar all over again. You know what I'm saying? Just come up in the match and, you know, of course it's gonna be a damn good match. It ain't gonna be just Brock Lesnar, but Karrion Kross is physically bigger than fucking Finn Balor. So chances are, nigga, when he go to hit that Seattle Doomsday suplex, nigga, he gonna kill him. So so yeah, I'm interested to see what's gonna happen. It's definitely gonna be a hell of a match, different styles. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
What about you? What you think about these
Styles make
whole
matchups.
case of events last night?
Well, styles make matchups like you just alluded to and said. You know, you got the powerhouse, the quote unquote powerhouse, versus the quickness and the ring savviness of the ring veteran of Finn Balor. Sorry, I got tongue tied right there. Of Finn Balor right there. It's definitely gonna be an interesting match. Definitely gonna be a good match. I do see Finn winning this match because there's no reason for him to lose right now. Karrion Kross just coming back. He doesn't really have a lot of momentum behind him right now, so there's no reason for him to win this match right now. I see Finn winning. I see Finn winning in a good match. I'm looking forward to NXT Takeover. I really am, because NXT Takeovers tend to be they don't always tear the roof down, but I've never really seen a bad NXT show. They may have a bad moment here or there. They may have a bad match here or there, but it always tends to be a good show. It always does. I always seem to walk away satisfied and be like, okay, at the very least satisfied, if not wanting to see what's gonna happen next. So I'm looking forward to it. I really am. I think it's gonna be good.
All right. So let's touch on before we go ahead and I hand it on over to you and we can roll up into AEW. I just want to touch on Impact and some killer news from Impact Wrestling involving the Impact World Championship and the TNA World's Championship. As Moose would say that he is the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. You know what I'm saying? Moose do the best Mike Tyson impersonation I've ever seen. Moose is by far probably one of my favorite things about Impact, dude. I'm not gonna lie to you. Ever since he's decided to just say, fuck it, I'm just gonna start molding over people, dude, I enjoy Moose a whole lot more. Mm-hmm. You know, at first he was just, you know, when he first started, he was just another tall black guy. Mm-hmm. He was a bad former football player too, so mm-hmm. You know, it's just to wait and see. And it always amazes me how these athletes make that transition look so easy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? From a sport, from a rough sport like football, contact sport like football, to another contact sport like wrestling. It's just to get into your character and roll with it and make somebody say, "Dude, I like this cat." You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Moose has stepped up, and I Moose in where he at now because he chose to take those reins and drive himself where he wanted to be.
Or as the WWE would like to say, he went after that brass ring and captured it.
Yeah. So Moose will challenge Rich Swann for the Impact World Championship. I'm assuming his TNA World Championship would be on the line as well, because they're trying to unify that. But that's not the only unification that will be taking place. The winner of this match between Rich Swann and Moose would then go on to unify the belts, or into go on in a unification match against the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Now AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. They will do to basically unify the Impact World Championship and the AEW World Championship. Now, I don't see the AEW gold going anywhere. All I see is the Impact gold belt being no more. You know what I mean? Because the AEW gold, that's too much. That's too much money to just say we're gonna change up already. We only been out for a year. You know, we've been out going on a year and a half, and the title change picture. They're looking at the appearance of a title being changed at this moment is highly unlikely. All I see now is the absolving of Impact Wrestling into AEW fully. That's what I see. With that being said, what could this mean for Impact? What could this mean for AEW? And that's a lot to take in. Dude. What you think about it?
Man, speaking of, before we even get into it, Moose and Rich Swann, tear the house down, please. Tear the house down, please. Make that a great match, please. Please make that a great match. Second, about that match, I do have Moose winning. Because I just want to see Kenny Omega and Moose go at it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Kenny Omega go after somebody and go toe to toe with somebody that's bigger than him, because I haven't really seen how he's performed with someone that's bigger than him physically in the ring.
I think the only person
not
I can recall, not in the AEW, or not, it's not since AEW's began.
Yeah.
I think if you to compare Moose to anybody he has fought, I'd have to say it'd be anybody in New Japan from Kazuchika Okada, because Kazuchika is considered a heavyweight over there. That motherfucker is like 6'3" or 6'4" or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
He about our height and shit. So
yeah. So him or the little short, stout motherfucker who looked like he'll suplex the shit out of anybody.
Yeah.
I forgot. I can't remember his name, but you know who I'm talking about. The bald head that wear like the. Yeah, over there, I'm sure he has, but Moose is a different breed of man.
Exactly. And honestly, I want to see how Moose performs on a grander stage, on that big top stage, because he's never really had that before. I mean, he's gotten some shine in Impact, but I mean that's Impact. Impact compared to AEW, Impact doesn't have the type of feel and the type of the funding.
It's most definitely the C show.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And that's no disrespect to those guys. I mean,
it's just the company.
It's on the list right here. Impact is one of the 6 shows that they talk about. You know what I'm saying? We talk about here on this podcast, but I think the stars on Impact are the lower level stars of the business, and that's the question. Now, that's the third thing I was meaning to throw into that question. What could this mean for those guys' careers?
I think it'll be I see AEW absolving Impact being what WWE tried to do with NXT and Raw and SmackDown and obviously failed at doing. That's why WWE is in the shambles they're in now, and everybody's like, all right, we gonna do our thing, y'all do. Everybody's trying to mark their territory, so to speak. Now, I see that happening, but I see it working, because I see those guys getting the opportunity again to be on the grander stage. You get the shine, because look at what AEW did to all those guys we know now, like a Darby Allin, like a MJF. Like
those dudes that never made it to Impact.
You understand? And look what it did for that. Look what AEW did for their career. So I could only imagine the great it's going to do for those guys on Impact, like a Rich Swann, like a Moose, who like I said, I want to see him go against Kenny Omega. So I think he should be the one leading the charge for Impact to come into AEW and be absolved, because he's clearly the best one there, head and shoulders above everyone there. You understand what I'm saying? They just trying to wait for the right time to give him the belt. But I think it's going to do wonders for the guys down there. Impact is going to give them a grander stage. It's going, obviously they're going to get bigger paychecks, because you sign it on with the Cons, who own the NFL football team. You understand what I'm saying? To my understanding,
paying your check.
Yeah, to my understanding, they got health care over there. I'm not going to get into I'm not going to get into all that, but it's going to do wonders for their career, man. I can only see it doing good for their career. As far as what it's gonna do for Impact itself, the company, I don't know. I don't see, are they gonna make it are they gonna turn that into their own NXT? Is this Impact not gonna exist anymore? That I don't know. That I think is an error. I don't know about that.
Now, when I say it, to touch back on what I said earlier about the unification of the championships and having the championship, just the Impact World Championship, go away. I'm not. I don't expect other championships to go away from Impact. Honestly, I really don't expect Impact to completely disappear. I don't know what's going to happen with their world title. I don't know if Kenny Omega going to be walking around with 2 belts on his shoulder, because this has been a thought that people will believe that Kenny Omega would go around to companies that work with AEW and collect belts like Thanos collect Infinity Stones. You know what I'm saying?
That's something crazy.
This could be the start of what's going on. I mean, let's see here. We got Kenny Omega, who's holding the AEW championship. The Good Brothers, who got the Impact Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks, who have the AEW Tag Team Championships. You gonna go ahead and say, let's say he slide on over to New Japan and just beat John Moxley's ass again and capture an IWGP United States Championship. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when he comes back to AEW, just
with all this gold draped around it, the whole faction draped around in gold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. By this time, months done passed, and we can say, hey, we want to also, now that we can see the Bullet Club is stronger than ever. We got gold here, gold to the left of me, gold to the right of me, gold all over me. I think we only missing one thing, and we got a special guest. Let's bring him on out. It's Adam Cole, baby. Welcome back to the Bullet Club, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the prediction or a fantasy booking or whatever you want to call it. Drop down in the comments what you'd like to see. But I think Impact, this would be a chance for a lot of stars on Impact to step it up and show everybody that not only could they make it or do what WWE wouldn't let them do, but they can be good at it.
Yes, sir.
And they can draw the crowd. We can build a following. We already got a following, man. WWE is not the standard. Should not be the benchmark for what these guys do. What should be the benchmark for what these guys do is what the wrestlers before them have said. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should look up to wrestlers like Steve Austin and Undertaker and Kurt Angle, all these any legendary wrestler, and clearly that's what AEW is really all about. We want the knowledge from the best that have done it. We want the knowledge from the best giant. We want the knowledge from the best enigma. We want the knowledge from the best dirty player. Well, one of the best dirty players, which would be Jake the Snake. You know what I'm saying? We want the best knowledge from a rowdy motherfucker like Taz. You know what I'm saying? They surround themselves with teachers and mentors.
And they listen.
Whereas it seems like to me, and these opinions are mine and mine alone. It seems like to me that the talent in the WWE don't like the legends hovering around. They just want to do their own thing. They want to, me as a gamer, don't get me twisted. I enjoy my games all the time. But when you at work and you trying to do your thing, I think it's more important to focus on what you're going to do, who you're trying to be in front of the cameras, rather than who you're trying to be backstage. Backstage is something and I think being able to have access backstage is what really ruined wrestling. Because you took the damn curtain down and let us know that y'all all back here sitting around the cooler getting drunk and having fun with each other, nigga, after you just literally ripped this man's head open right in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you killed it from it. But we passed that now. Well, now we know what's up. We know that these dudes are friends. We know that these women are friends. We know that they can hang out and whatever. So let's just try to keep it entertaining rather than realistic. They say art imitates life. Then goddamn it, to imitate somebody beating the shit out of somebody rather than you imitate. No, look at this guy. This is my wife and love her so much. And hey, fuck your wife.
Miz.
I want you in a match, nigga. But that's just me.
I got something to add on to that. I just let me play devil's advocate real quick, right? Let me play Keanu Reeves to your Al Pacino, right? When you said earlier, when you alluded to earlier and said that the wrestlers in WWE don't want the legends around, they just want to do their own thing, and you brought up the Undertaker, legends like the Undertaker, because guys in AEW want to bring in legends and learn from them. Do you think the guys in WWE, the guys that don't want to listen to the legends, do you think it's absolutely their fault that they don't want to take when they don't want to take the legends advice, when you got executives back there that actually sign the paychecks telling them, oh, you're going to be the next best thing, oh, you're absolutely great. Upon contract signings, oh, you're the best thing, you're going to be the next this, you're going to be, well, you know what I'm saying? When you're that young and you being hyped up like that, is it really your fault that you don't want to listen? Then another thing, too, about the WWE wrestlers losing their edge. Is it really their fault they lost their edge when every time they try to do something edgy, you get backstage and you get fined, you can't do this, all these stupid ass rules saying you can't do this as a bad guy, well, you gotta be a bad guy, but you can't use a chair, you can't make a guy bleed anymore, you can't do this, you can't do that, but you gotta get over it. Is it really their fault that they've lost their edge and they said, you know what, hell, if I can't do this, I might as well just bring my damn Xbox back here? You know, is it really their fault? Is it entirely their fault? Or is it, we can't do what y'all did back in the day? If we could, then we'd probably be where AEW is going right now.
I don't
know. Is it really their fault?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't say that. It all really does stem down to creative. You know what I'm saying? If what a wrestler is trying to do doesn't fit what creative is trying to do, then you already know who's going to win this battle.
Creative.
You know what I'm saying? Creative definitely going to win this battle. Yeah, it just leaves you, and then if you don't agree with it, of course they're gonna see that you don't agree with it, and that's gonna cost you TV time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be sitting around not doing anything, of course you're gonna be sitting there trying to play your game or whatnot. But whereas you would think that, okay, man, shit, if they're not gonna give me a shot, I'm just gonna sit back here. Shit. What they show? Where's that? They make you do it in video games all the time. They make you go out there and take your chance. And you know how Vince and them is, man. They like to see that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? If you was to go bolting past that gorilla out there when somebody was out there cutting a promo and you just went out there and just absolutely dogged him out or whatnot, he ain't gonna know what's going on. He ain't got no this name in his ear. Mm-hmm. He just been told to go out there and cut a 2-minute promo, and then you got the time thing on there, and you gonna go out do your thing. You go out there, he gonna think it's a part of it, whatever. And yeah, he might fight back or whatever. But shit, if you going out there with intent, or even if you just gonna go out there and pipe bomb his ass, that could be the change. You understand what I'm saying? Like CM Punk didn't pipe bomb. CM Punk's pipe bomb was not CM Punk's pipe bomb was kind of a martyr situation. You knew you knew something wasn't gonna come to, you knew nothing good was gonna come out of what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But at least he had the balls to do it. You know what I mean? After that, nobody see that as him being a martyr. No wrestler did. Mm-hmm. Those motherfuckers like, this motherfucker's crazy, nigga. As soon as he done, I'm gonna go out there and take his spot. Yep. You know what I mean? Like that. You can't say that if I was sitting in the back, we was both sitting in the back and we was sitting there chilling. Undertaker roll up in our rooms like, "What's up, fellas? I just sitting here playing the game, huh? Is something else y'all could be doing? Like what?" That would be me inquiring, nigga. Like what? I don't know. I mean, shit. Maybe he'll see that spark in my eye that I wanted to do something, and maybe he'll make me a disciple. Who knows? That's kind of what it's nothing wrong with taking advice from a wise person, especially somebody. You take advice from a successful motherfucker, but you take advice from a motherfucker sitting next to a trash can.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, you sitting next to that trash can, yet this nigga sitting way the fuck up there. I can't even see. You know what I'm saying?
All I see is the bottom of his feet, like motherfucker.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what you think that you would want that. But I can also understand wanting to be your own person. But if your own person ain't good for the brand, how long do you expect to last?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what the problem is. Y'all give us a little bit of what we want and then take it back and try to feed us some other shit. And it's like, let's see what we had last week. No, we know last week was good. But to hell with that. Keith Lee ain't good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's like. And that's what it's like. That's what I feel that it's like. Keith Lee may be good enough for y'all, but Keith Lee's image is not good enough for me. Therefore, you won't see him on my show. I know how that is because I do it on my game. If I don't like a person and if I don't like a certain person, I'm not putting them on my show. I generally keep my rosters on my games, equivalent to what's going on in reality. But sometimes this motherfucker, I don't like Roman Reigns. That motherfucker ain't on none of my shows. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to fight against this nigga. I don't want to see his face. I fight him if I just want to beat him up. But I don't like Roman Reigns. Therefore, he's not going to be on my show. You know what I mean? And that's how it is in real life. If Vince like Big Man, but he didn't like Lars Sullivan. You like Big Man, but you don't like Braun Strowman. I'm confused. It's weird. Yeah, I agree, but I don't. It's a fine line at that shit. You gonna either most success comes from having a mentor, someone to guide you down the path that they went, but how many times have I said to you, dude, I've been there, and when I got to this point, it was this is how I handled it, but it's different for each person.
Yeah.
Folks like Xavier Woods and them don't want nobody telling them nothing. That's fine. Don't take that advice from a Hall of Fame, legendary, 30+ years superstar. Nigga.
Anytime I say I'm gonna come to the ring, the building gets sold out, and I get paid $2 million for nothing.
What legend told you it was cool to throw up in the ring after DDTs? But I'm just saying. Who told you to come out there and impersonate a Rocky character?
Who told you come out there putting a unicorn strap on your head and shake your ass and throw pancakes?
And that's crazy because, like I say, if it wasn't for New Day, he wouldn't have been elevated to where he is now. Mm-hmm. And those three dudes worked well together, but we knew it all was coming to an end. They supported each other and they helped each other stand on each other's merits. But now, as time continues to pass, regardless of what they try to do, what people think, the New Day will slowly fizzle out. And those two will drop. They will go right back to where they were before the New Day became a thing.
Kofi will be fine. Big E will be
fine.
Kofi
may be fine for sure.
Big E will be fine because he's still young.
But Xavier might suffer.
And Xavier gonna be the only one that's gonna suffer from that because, like you said, if it wasn't for the New Day, he'd still be just Xavier
taking losses.
NXT.
Taking losses, you know what I'm saying? Like, he'll be taking losses, more losses than victories.
No way, Jose, bro. You beat No Way Jose without the conga line, straight up.
Yeah, but yeah, that's sad. Impact might be absolved by AEW. I just hope that Impact I hope this works out for both brands. I hope this works out for all the competitors and all the wrestlers. But we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see. So I'll turn it over to you, my guy.
Speaking of AEW, let's get into it. Matt Jackson in singles competition, man. That's a rarity. I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen it in a while. I ain't gonna say I haven't seen that before. I haven't seen that in a while.
Yeah, you know how they gotta do it, man. Who was he fighting against?
Matt Jackson was in the ring with I forget. I'll come back to it. I remember it as I go. Sorry about that, y'all.
Let me see. What that was it right there. What?
I know it started off the show, but AEW has so many new faces in there, so you know what I'm saying. They have so many new faces that come in and out of there on a regular basis. Sometimes I forget, so I apologize.
Yeah, but Matt Jackson. What was this about? Matt Jackson. He was in a match. He was in a match by himself against. That's a shame.
So I apologize, y'all. My bad.
You good?
Yeah, Matt Jackson was in singles competition. I know he did damn good because it's one that's Matt Jackson. You understand what I'm saying? Part of the Young Bucks. You get it? So they building more and more momentum going forward. You understand what I'm saying? Young Bucks doing Young Bucks thing.
I just wonder what they got next coming up for them.
I was just gonna ask that. The only thing I'm looking at now was what's coming up next with those guys. Honestly, if they haven't turned completely heel already, I see a complete heel turn coming when it's. I fully see the Bullet Club coming back together with these guys. You understand what I'm saying? And I see a heel turn coming very soon.
Yeah,
When it's gonna happen, I don't know, but I see it happening in 2021 for damn sure.
yeah. Because I see them. This whole you can't just overlook the whole Bullet Club thing with Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had their own thing going on, but now that that's been squashed, what is that? Where do we go now? And considering what we found out, what all that happened last night at AEW, like, God, but that's not true because Pac and Ray Phoenix are who are up for a title shot. So
yeah, that's
who are in danger.
That's gonna be interesting right there to see. Because let's just be honest, Ray Phoenix is. I don't know what it is about this guy, but that guy, that's something. I think he wrestles in his sleep, bro. That's just how good he is, man.
Those motherfuckers, they do as much. They sponsor over that. Keep in mind that's AAA alumni.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers, AAA Underground alumni. That them boys been luchadors at heart. So,
right, dude can wrestle his ass out. And then you got Pac right there next to him, one of the best wrestlers in the world right now.
Best high flyers live. One of them is.
And you got him on the tag team right now, bro. And then you got him going up against the Young Bucks, man. I can't wait to see that match, bro. That match is gonna turn the house down, man.
Anything with the Young Bucks, Pac, and Phoenix in it, the match is gonna be fire.
Take my money.
Yeah, right. Gonna be fire.
Take my money. So, can you please explain to me what the hell is going on with the Best Friends and Miro?
I don't know if even the Best Friends are a thing anymore. I noticed I've seen the Best Friends. Well, I mean, I guess Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor of that. What happened to Trent?
I don't know. Is he injured?
I don't even know. I don't even know, dude. All I know is Trent.
Impact? I don't know, but I honestly just can't wait to see that end, to be honest with you. What the hell are y'all doing with Miro?
Yeah, well, it's good. It was good to see. He did pick up a victory at the pay-per-view, and this was not the Miro who showed up to be partnered up with Kip Sabian, and you know what I'm saying. This was the Miro. This was the early Rusev that came up in that mug and picked up that victory over the Best Friends at the pay-per-view. And yeah, man, like Rusev is a monster. Okay,
we know this.
We know this. So it's time for him to cut Kip Sabian loose, and it's time for him to do Miro shit. It's time for Miro to come out here and start breaking backs, Machka kicking motherfuckers in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's time for Miro to step out and do what he intended on doing when he came to AEW, and that's be that dominant force that he has always been before he got thrown up against the face that ran the place at the time, John Cena. So
that guy.
Yeah, so I think this is the time, but he still got a lot of years left in his career, and I think that him being alone over here in AEW is the perfect time for him to elevate that career and to become once again become a primetime player, no pun intended, and a threat, right? Yeah, and a primetime player and a threat on AEW, a real credible threat on AEW and in AEW. So, yeah.
Cool. Though it was the main event, I got to throw this match in here because I really want to talk about it. The TNT Championship match. Darby Allin, Scorpio Sky. Before I go on to you and ask you what your thoughts about this match was, let me just say, Darby Allin, you are a fucking maniac, and I love every second of it. You got a bright future. I see you becoming AEW World Champion in the future. I really do. Scorpio Sky. Same goes for you. You got a lot of talent, bro. Though you're still pretty green right now, I see you got a lot of good coming to you in the future, man. I'm loving the character change they gave him. You understand what I'm saying? I'm loving the fact that after he lost, he beat the dog shit out of Darby Allin. That was to fully let people know that Scorpio Sky is on his own and he's doing his own thing. I see them doing what Scorpio Sky, what WWE did with Apollo Crews, a guy that was kind of floundering. All right, let's give him a character change and let's see how he does. And right now they're fucking nailing it. So, with that being said, your thoughts on the match of Darby Allin and Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championships. Your thoughts, my guy?
Well, as again, this is another style versus styles type of match. You know, you got that reckless style of Darby Allin with that, you know, in that intense and explosive style of Scorpio Sky.
Styles make matchups, people.
Styles, did I say Styles?
Yeah, Scorpio Sky.
No, Scorpio. I thought I said Scorpio Styles.
Scorpio Styles.
So yeah, man, it was hard hitting affair, dude. Like,
yeah,
the boys was like, of course, Darby gonna always sell that the other opponent with his. When somebody do anything to Darby, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm surprised the man even walking. I'm surprised I'm surprised that he was not limping or showing any signs of, you know, wear and tear after throwing himself off a fucking 3-story building this past Sunday. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
man,
he took a hell of a beating in this match from Scorpio, man. But and that fucking dive through the ropes into that cutter,
yo, craziest transitions I have ever seen in a fucking wrestling match, dude. Ever. I've been watching wrestling for over 20 years live, bro, and I know at least 50 years of it in my mind, bro. I have never seen transitions like that in my fucking life. At least not in American wrestling, man. Fucking crazy.
And, that reverse Scorpio squad. Let's just say that Scorpio Sky looked as good as he did in the ladder match because he was ready for Darby. Mm-hmm. At every turn, he was reversing some of Darby's most important, most key moves, especially that reversal of the coffin drop into a powerbomb, sit-out powerbomb.
How?
Like, to throw that boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, crazy. It was amazing. Now, this right here is exactly what we were talking about when we said what could happen with Finn Balor and Karrion Kross. Of course, Darby won with the most devastating move in sports entertainment.
The most devastating move in all.
You know, a surprise roll-up. And that is probably, and this is where we would see that explosiveness of that anger, that mean streak of Scorpio Sky. You know, he already high on himself with the character. I think I'm Hollywood, and I'm the face of this of the revolution. I'm sure that throughout his next promo, that's gonna be the cut. I'm the face. I'm the face. Blah blah blah. You lost your first match against Darby. You will have another match because of what you did. You tried to cripple. You probably gonna win that next match,
as he should,
and do what you was intended on doing. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna become the face of the TNT Championship division, the Revolution. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be good for you, especially if you're a heel. So, yeah, I think I'm very, very much interested to see where this goes next. That match they had was amazing, and yeah, that was good. It was very. I was shocked. Like I say, the cutter, the coffin drop,
crazy.
Just like I say, Darby being the underdog, the smaller guy going up against these bigger guys, man, just his selling him that's what makes the match interesting, dude. It's like, damn, dude, that was a hell of a hit. Yeah. He looked like he could walk from here, you know. But
I don't know. I'm probably wrong when I say this, but Darby Allin gives me Jeff Hardy vibes. You understand what I'm saying?
He just way more reckless.
Yeah,
he just way more. It's just way. By the way he throws, he is the only person I know that'll take you get run into the turnbuckle, and most motherfuckers just hit their shoulder and come back in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker probably the only person I know who, when he go to take that move, this nigga throws his entire body out of the ring along while hitting the damn post, so his head hit the post, his body gets to wrapping all over the place.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like, god damn, dude. You know, a lot of people, it's a way to not only look good winning, but you can look good losing. Come on, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like Darby. He was new to me when AEW showed up.
Yeah.
And now he is one of my favorites in AEW. And I agree that I could see Darby being that underdog champion like he is now with an AEW title going up against motherfuckers like Kenny Omega getting them victory, because you know how it is. It's weird to see that, okay, Kenny finna walk through everybody that he fight now. But the minute he lose that championship to somebody else, that he probably walked through before, that person is about to walk through everybody now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, we just seen these two fight again. We just seen these two fight before, but it was the opposite spectrums. Last time he was here, he was faced. Now the roles are reversed, and we get to see this match again on a different plane.
Mm-hmm.
People always say, "Oh, I'm tired of seeing these two fight." Blah blah blah. You tired of seeing them two fight because that's all you watching.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't taking into account of the roles they're playing going into this match and what
Mm-hmm.
the story is that's built it, and take it all in at once, and then let me know how you feel. You know, people don't do that anymore. They see the match. Oh, I'm tired of seeing this guy fight. I can see if you tired of seeing somebody fight and it's not going anywhere. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, but
Message.
you know, with matches that like this, they go crazy. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. Darby Allin, man, he's crazy, man. He's absolutely crazy, man. He's Eddie Kingston crazy. But speaking of Eddie Kingston crazy, we're gonna transition right over. What's going on with your boy Jon Moxley? You know, your boy Jon Moxley, your favorite wrestler of all time, Jon Moxley,
Good.
and that boy Eddie Kingston. What's going on, man? Are we seeing the forming of a tag team? Are we seeing the forming of a hardcore tag team right before our eyes, man? Are we?
No.
Are we? Because
I mean,
like they were just
shit.
they were like Jon Moxley was literally
Look.
trying to rip this man's head off his neck, a few weeks ago. Now these some bitches is like taking grenades for each other
Dude,
and
I don't.
sitting
That's
right next
just
to each other at the house and the cribs, taking shots, talking about this my buddy. Now what the hell is going on with that?
only person they missing is Jimmy Havoc. So,
Right?
yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I don't necessarily. I wouldn't necessarily say that they'd be making a tag team. I mean,
Do you see a
you know,
form of an alliance
I,
or a stable
but
right there? Or
I
something?
see an alliance that can drive. I see an alliance that will lead to such matches like the Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Moxley, Kingston, and Christian. I see that in the future because of how everything went down last night. They started off with them punking out trying to punk out Eddie Kingston. You know what I'm saying? Kingston. It's Eddie Kingston.
Yes,
Right?
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Eddie Kingston.
Yeah, they started that off with him trying to do that to him, and then of course you should have known that he wasn't gonna take that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it broke out. They ended up jumping him. Become Moxley. You know what I mean? Help his boy. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this before, but he comes Christian, that new dynamic into it, who's probably gonna be challenging for the world championship because Moxley ain't getting the shot. We damn sure ain't finna waste time giving Eddie Kingston a shot. No disrespect.
Not your time yet, buddy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not right now. Everybody agrees that you are the best thing about the show because you just got that down. We can relate to a motherfucker like Eddie Kingston. You know what I'm saying? I like the way I like his promos. I like the way he talk on the mic. I like the way he got that attitude. Like, I can't believe this motherfucker just said that. You know what I'm saying? I like that about Eddie, and I like that. Like Eddie is what John is. They're brawlers. So yeah, if they was to make a tag team, I could see them working together. But
That hardcore.
it's
tag
just
team.
gonna solidify what I've pretty much said about Jon Moxley this whole time, nigga. You ain't main event material, nigga. We finna tag your ass up with fucking Eddie Kingston and set your ass loose on them AEW tag team championships if you want them. You know what I'm saying? But you probably won't be a shot right away. But y'all got time. We already know that y'all got chemistry and y'all know y'all friends and y'all willing to work with each other. Well, let's just go ahead and get y'all through this Kenny Omega stuff so y'all can make y'all tag team official. You know what I mean? And then we'll go ahead and roll y'all out and see how that goes. But in the meantime, I don't think that's going to be happening no time soon, given that I think Moxley's still IWGP champion, United States champion, and he got a baby on the way. I think he's going to want some time before that goes down. So that remains to be seen. But Christian Cage making his appearance at home, lets us know that Kenny Omega probably got a fight on his hands. And I don't like that. I think that Christian's first rivalry should have been something that he was gonna win. But that's I don't know.
Well, let's just go ahead.
Kenny Omega and Don Callis really need to chill out on the close male bonding stuff. You know what I'm saying? This
Kenny
is not
69
looking.
Bro Omega.
Yeah, this is not looking good for you two in the eyes of a man like myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see two men, 69 and on the floor willingly, unless somebody getting tombstoned, pile drive, or any kind of sense of the nature. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just see regular, hey, Don, 69, you should, what? I'm sorry, we gonna talk about it. That was probably the weirdest shit that I had that I heard or seen that whole thing. I sat there. You ever had something that happened and you just was, I'm not even gonna acknowledge that shit. Continue. That's exactly what that was. Boy, jump on the ground. Dog, 69 me dog. They didn't try to fully do it, get on top of each other, but y'all were close enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It ain't cool. Eddie Kingston didn't 69 John Moxley. Eddie Kingston laid across John Moxley. You, on the other hand, had this man's balls and cock on your chin, and he was gobbling on your balls and cock. Right there on your chin. Not cool, bro. Not cool.
On my chin,
you know what I'm saying? I don't know what, and that's not a shot at your sexual preference or anything. That's just not something that was new to me in the wrestling. In wrestling, see, on all my years watching wrestling, I ain't never seen no man say 69 me.
Look, that's also not to say, since we just go ahead and fuck a segue, we just gonna spearhead right into it, no pun intended. But I just want to say, we ain't on no cancel culture shit. We ain't saying cancel Kenny Omega, cancel the show, or no shit like that. It's just we two straight men. That's all the fuck we saying.
And I don't want that in my wrestling. It's bad enough motherfuckers always want to say, oh, you like watching wrestling. You like watching sweaty guys wrestling each other. That ain't, you missing the point. You gay if you got it. If you feel like that. Yeah. I'm watching two performers to get to entertain me by fighting each other. A gladiatorial sport, if you will. You know what I'm saying? What I was not expecting was a young
male cock chinage. That's all.
Yeah, I was not expecting an older man, young man fetish being played out in front of my television.
Yeah, that's some kind of weird fetish. Somebody in the back was just like
weird painting portrait that they showed when they first got together to this moment right here. You need one more. You got one more. You got one more before it's official. And people don't say that about it because we watching the entertainment, and I'm entertained. Don't get me wrong, but when that shit happens, man, what did he just say?
Huh?
Nah, I'm glad you can't rewind live television. Well, I can't, right? But
even still, if I could, I wasn't trying to rewind.
I wasn't trying to hit that back, man.
And another thing too, the SJWs out there. I want to say this too because. I know it's gonna be bad to say this, but fuck it. To you SJWs out there, you feminists in particular, if that was a man and a woman, and she was willing to do it, can we please not be with the tripping shit? Because even when we saw some shit like 69 Me Bro, and was like, that was kind of like, whoa. Notice how we still said, yeah, entertained, whatever. But that was just like, whoa. We didn't say cancel a goddamn thing. We didn't say, don't do it again, though I would prefer you not. You understand what I'm saying? We didn't say anything like that. I'm just simply saying, can we be fucking adults already? Okay? Can we be fucking adults? Because I guarantee if it was a man and a woman doing that, if fucking Kenny Omega would have asked fucking Chris Statlander to come do that, you know what I'm saying? And she was willing to do it. Can we not fucking come with the cancel every goddamn thing too, okay? Because I'm tired of seeing cartoon characters and Eminem and everybody get fucking canceled for nothing, okay?
Can't do nothing these days.
We can't, and then y'all gonna cancel every fucking thing and then wonder why there's nothing to watch anymore. You understand what I'm saying? So can we please stop, okay? If y'all perfectly okay with two men performing male on male cockball chinage right in front of everyone, can we please just be okay with heterosexual shit like that happening? If she is willing to do it, no problem. Okay? Thank you.
We've
That's
seen them
all
do
I want
worse.
to say on that.
We've seen them do worse, but then it's yeah.
But can we please be fucking adults already? Y'all taking the fun out of fucking everything, okay? Now look, if y'all want me to be okay with watching male on male cockball chinage, then y'all should be okay with me wanting to see two heterosexual people who are biologically supposed to do that to each other. Okay? That's all I want to say. That's all I want to say.
Alrighty.
That's all I got to talk about. Well, no. We talked about Christian already. Yeah, Christian already come out. We talked about Christian already. I'm looking forward to that match. I don't see Christian winning. I do see him going there to put over Kenny Omega. And I think, and I would not. I got a bold statement coming up too. I would not be surprised to see AEW open up and have their own Hall of Fame within the next 3 to 5 years. If it's even gonna take that long. And Christian is definitely going to be in there if WWE don't put him in there first. And it's a damn shame. I had a video ready for y'all to say why Christian should be in the Hall of Fame. But
Jake and Big Show and Taz.
I just see it as no coincidence. Because like you said, I see it as no coincidence. They telling all these older veterans and these Hall of Famers to come over here so we can learn from you. And they're all going over there. And they are learning from them, yeah. But they're not
already made their careers in other places,
so why not open up your own Hall of Fame and put them in there too? Because it's not like they don't deserve it. I definitely see AEW having their own Hall of Fame within the next 3 to 5 years.
And it's not like that. In fact, that most of the wrestlers that are in the WWE Hall of Fame are not in somebody else's Hall of Fame.
So and there's no reason why not. So especially when they're coming to a brand new company and helping put AEW on the map. Because let's just be honest. It's no coincidence WWE NXT was competing with these motherfuckers and getting their ass kicked each and every week. You understand what I'm saying? So, and now they taking their ass over to Tuesday nights, meaning NXT. So, I just see AEW opening up their own Hall of Fame wing in the next 3 to 5 years if it's gonna take that long. And honestly, I hope it happens soon. I really do. But that's all I had to speak about on AEW, man. Any final thoughts before we close out the video?
Let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Let's talk about
That's all I had about AEW. What about you?
Let's talk about MJF. And his new 4 horsemen.
How could I fuck that up?
Let's talk about that. That was the news of the night.
Yeah.
How that played out. Like I said, that story, that whole this whole situation was thought about. We talked about what we thought was going to happen, how we thought that Sammy G was going to come back out and they was going to say that, we had to get rid of a member or we had to whatever. Mm-hmm. And everything went down just as it did. Yeah. As we said it. They came out there. They said we got to reevaluate. They say Jericho say, I think that we going to either get rid of a member or we going to add a new member. And that's when MJF stepped in and was like, nah, I think we going to get rid of a member. And out comes Sammy G. And here I'm thinking, oh shit, Randy just said this shit. You know what I'm saying? We just said that this is how it's going to go. Sammy going to come out there. Yeah, you the one go. Well, that was the first M. Night Shyamalan moment.
Forgive me for Sammy G. This moment, y'all. I knew I was forgetting something. I'm sorry. Forgive me for that. Continue.
So Sammy G comes out there and he tells Chris Jericho, who was trying to basically get out of here. He was like, man, you're going to want to see this. And he shows himself setting up a camera in a room with in a circle, hanging out all day. Here, enter MJF saying that it's about we finally finna, get ready to make it what we gonna do. We gonna do what we said we was gonna do. They get to the ring, they cut the promo, and then that's when Jericho was like, yeah, I already knew or whatever. So MJF was on that, yeah, we ain't want it to be like this or whatever. So him and Ortiz and Jake Hager, they roll up on Sammy G and Chris Jericho like they finna drop him in, and all of a sudden they all just turn over and look at MJF like, nigga, you tripping. So, okay, the inner circle still standing strong. And they be thinking, okay, they finna hub MJF, but they knew something was up because Wardlow wasn't out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's when MJF dropped the bomb. He didn't want to be a part of the inner circle because he was creating his own inner circle.
Boom, boom,
and the lights cut, and I was expecting to see the Undertaker and all his ministry of darkness. But but they returned. The lights came back on, and standing behind the inner circle was Tully Blanchard, Sean Spears, and FTR.
Fuck the Revival.
Three of what we think of the what we think are the four horsemen, and they just commenced to laying waste to the inner circle.
Bottles I'm talking busting about over niggas' heads.
Bust a bottle over Jake Hager's head. Knocked him out of the whole situation for the remainder of the beatdown. Handcuffed Tito Ward and Ortiz like some criminals, and Spike power drive them boys while they was handcuffed.
That was crucial, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
What about the way Sammy Guevara got down in the corner? Bro, dude. He broke his lips, his nose, and his eyebrows broke his fall from hitting a pole in the ring post with the chair. Bro, that was bro.
And then it was Sean Spears. Then it was the chairman, Sean Spears, that did it to him.
Bro, that was that was probably the most that was one of them Evolution beatdowns right there. Remember when they beat up Eugene? He used to put symbols out. That was one of them Evolution beatdowns right there, man.
God, it was. I enjoyed what I saw last night, but
Jericho
then they turned their attentions. They turned their attentions to Jericho, who would basically just completely. I don't know if anybody saw it, but Jericho. I think this may have basically been. This could basically be Jericho going on his way out, or I wouldn't even say that. I'm just speculating bullshit. Jericho basically, I saw what he was doing while everything was going on, and he wasn't, hiding the fact that he was getting ready to blade himself. You know what I'm saying? You can see it. Like, he was not, Jericho wasn't selling the way you should sell a beatdown like that, but nonetheless, that didn't stop the beatdown from carrying on. So Wardlow was just dogging out Jericho. You know what I'm saying? They beat him up, and MJF go and bring out the pinky ring with the Diamond Division nugget, the AEW Diamond ring, and he didn't even connect with Jericho, but it was intent that he would hit Jericho with the ring and bust him open. And so Jericho bleeding and whatnot, they carried Jericho ass out of the ring like he's a messiah or something. Literally, they picked him up and he sprawled out like this and shit. You know what I'm saying? They carried him to the edge of the stage. You know, they feed him over to Wardlow, and Wardlow tossed his ass overboard like garbage. You know, and that's pretty much the end of that night. Yeah,
so, man.
Wardlow, I mean, MJF, man, I told you, that's the most dastardly heel in 2020.
One.
Well, 2020. He voted top heel in 2020. But in 2021, this nigga is looking to outdo himself.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he gonna be a two-time winner in this bitch.
He gonna be a two-time most heelish motherfucker. And I think another year of him doing this will make him ready for another in 2021. I'd like to see him wrangle the TNT Championship just to hold it so he can be on his resume.
Because he don't need to be in Kenny Omega's way right now.
Yeah.
It's Kenny Omega's time right now. Let him rule.
Hold that championship, hold that TNT Championship goal for about 6 months, maybe hold it for a little longer than that. Solidify yourself as a champion. You can compare it to the route of Bobby Lashley being a United States champion, losing that motherfucker and jumping straight into the WWE title picture. You can do it just like that. Hold on to that bitch about a good 6 months, couple pay-per-views, some surprise roll-ups, and some interferences. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do all this. You hanging on with the skin of your teeth type champion. If you could if you could do this on a B level and make it seem like it's an A level, then when you get to that A level,
to the moon.
Goodbye. You know, I don't know now as far as the dynamic of the teams, of the mix, bringing in the FTR,
the AEW Tag Team Champions,
yeah, and Sean Spears You know, I don't know. I mean, that's just a group. That's a weird group. Throwing MJF and Wardlow into Tully's situation just makes me think that later on down the line, MJF just go do what he did to fucking go at them, dude. You know what I'm saying? Further solidifying himself as a dastardly motherfucker. I used everyone as a means to get right here.
Yeah, Triple H did it, so it can't. So why can it not work for this motherfucker?
It was a woman involved for Triple H though, but
yeah, but you don't need MJF. Said I don't need no woman. He said,
you know what I'm saying. So I don't know, man. I like I say, MJF is. I don't like MJF's look, and that's just me. And then it's not nothing. I don't like. I'm not saying I don't like his look. Let me take that back. I take that back. I don't say I don't not like his look. MJF is a weird looking motherfucker. that he is. He doesn't look like your typical. He looked like he could be your typical heel wrestler, but you know we done seen some weird motherfuckers before. You know what I'm saying? That made it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Triple H.
I mean, like to me, MJF look does not fit what he's doing, and that's just the look of him, not his way he carry his character. His look, the look on his face has a rotten, disgusting villain on it.
Rat bastard looking.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And that is what I don't like, but that is what I do like. Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. I like the fact that he looks like a motherfucker. Yeah, he looks like a nigga you just supposed to hate. Who is this nigga?
So that's punch you in the fucking face, guy. God damn it.
Damn you, nigga. I just want to.
But you know what? You're doing your job, so I respect you.
And that's how you know you're doing your job. So, yeah, I think this right here is just taking MJF to that next plateau. This rivalry with him in the inner circle, especially the rivalry with him and Jericho in particular, because you know Jericho's going to be like, yeah, you little motherfucker. I'm coming at you. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming at you. It's just like what he did to Cody. That's why I say I can see MJF doing this again to, you know, Tully and them down the line. Like you may have I don't see MJF needing a group. I see MJF using these groups. Like you got FTR and Tully Blanchard. You screw over FTR and Tully Blanchard. He coming up a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? All right, what's next? You know, this gonna get to the point where motherfuckers like, man, fuck that. We don't need you on the team. You know, well. Then fine, I'm just gonna go and do me and Wardlow gonna go do our thing. You know what I'm saying?
Wardlow gonna get the Batista treatment when Triple H did it with Evolution.
Like I don't know where they're gonna go with MJF, but I hope it's gonna be from what I saw last night. I was shocked. I was like, damn,
that was
another group, huh?
That was a twist I did not see coming at all, but I liked it.
I didn't know the whole. I'm building a group of my own. I didn't know what to expect. Honestly, you want to know who I really thought was gonna show up when the lights went out? It was gonna come back on. Want to know who I really thought it was gonna be? What's the name of Shane McMahon? Old group niggas with the vest. I thought it was gonna be them niggas because you know MJF from preppy ass. These motherfuckers is a bunch of dudes wearing plaid sweater vests and then polo shirts under them and shit with their hairs gelled up. So they just start beating down Jericho. Now that would have been unbelievable, but. Yeah, there ain't no preps for to come in here and beat up Tito and Ortiz. But yeah, man, it was good to see. That was the swerve of the night in mind for me.
That was the swerve of the year, in my opinion, so far, man. Like nobody saw that shit coming. I'll tell you, I didn't.
New 4 horsemen.
Well, they got 5, so how can that be the 4 horsemen?
Wardlow technically ain't the horseman. Yeah, I think the horseman would be MJF, the FTR, and Spears.
Okay.
I think Wardlow and Tully are just them. I think Wardlow is their enforcer. You know, you got your hierarchy of villainage. You got your villain, you got your right-hand man, and you got your right-hand man's right-hand man, and you got your cronies. You know what I'm saying? I guess MJF would be the top villain. I guess Sean Spears, Wardlow would be his right hand. Sean Spears would be, you know, his next level. And then you got your 2 guys who will be your lower levels until he's just there with them. You know, I guess that's how you would see it. I mean, Tully got that tag team on point. So if they want that gold, they get that gold, and he'll be able to ride with them. Sean Spears go ahead and get him some gold, And MJF get him some. That just leaves out Warlow, but Warlow seems to be fine being in that position as an enforcer. So I guess time will tell. He end up turning on MJF some down the line, breaking out on his own thing.
Yeah, it makes me wonder what they're gonna call themselves too.
I mean, the way this motherfucker hoisted fucking Jericho up last night, like you know that when somebody puts somebody in a power bomb and they go to pick them up, that person has to spring off their legs to get that momentum. Mm-hmm. Bro, I don't even think Jericho springed, and that's how and it was scary how fluidly he picked up Jericho. And nobody helped. You know, usually somebody pick him up there, you know what I'm saying? Nobody helped, nigga. It was like,
just gonna pick this up and get it out of my way.
It was quick, man.
This dude, that is a whole person. That is a grown man. You just
That's Jericho. That's an older Jericho. That man Jericho at least about 240.
Picking that man up like you just hang clean this motherfucker like he's warming up and shit.
It was quick. It was like it was easy. But yeah, I'm interested to see where this goes. Next week ought to be fun. I'm excited for, like I say, man, it's just good to be able to watch and talk about wrestling.
Gang warfare, man. Gang warfare.
Yeah. You know, we got stable brands going on. Now we just need to go ahead and introduce Team Taz into this dynamic and just make it one big battle royale of 10 stables and shit.
Right.
15-man match, nigga. Elimination, 15-man elimination tag match. Come on.
The match take up the whole show. The match happened the whole show. Take up the whole show.
Oh, man. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it for the
that's gonna wrap
midweeks. Yeah, the midweeks wrestling. We had like fucking. So we had Raw, NXT, Impact,
SmackDown,
and AEW.
Got SmackDown tomorrow.
It's SmackDown tomorrow. So, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate y'all for coming through, kicking it with us today. If you got any insights, comments, feedback, anything, feel free to drop it below in the comment section. Don't forget to subscribe to both channels, Realm of Rage TV, Rage Rants on my guy's side, and your boy Bearded Beanie Guy. If you're new here, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications so you'll know when we always pop stuff up. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode of Top Grappler. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have a good day, man. Peace.